So
when we look at this team overall,
that'll be his, yes.
There you go. Okay, Twisted Fate. So really leveraging the flex of the Rumble until the last possible second. Now, Zeri Rumble is not my favorite duo lane, but remember that when you talk about this team,
Vision, knowing that it was planted by Kiaya, now Oscar Innen has Kiaya.
Good heads up play, flash forward, trying to force an early flash out from Kiaya. The chain CC is there, though. It's looking pretty flawless. Gold card in, Kiaya, flash out, doesn't have the ghost, as we so often see for Twisted Fate. Can't quite zoom to safety. He's so close, but first blood. Phase rush. He's zooming out to safety, but Humanoid first to collapse, and frankly, Levi in enemy territory with no lane prio. Feels a little bit bad. Severing Bolt is going to make sure that Humanoid at least grabs an assist. Levitt turning back. Extra healing coming in from the Maokai passive. The flash forward, the pullback is clean.
Wait,
Humanoid with the setup. The Razor's getting lower and lower. They get one. They want to get one more. Kiaya. They have to get it to make it a good play. Spiraling Despair should just come out, and that's going to do it.
Oh, bot lane.
Meanwhile, bot lane, Noah's grabbing a kill. Excuse me, Jun's already dead. It's just a 1-for-1 so far. Level 5 versus level 4. Easy Love, does he just want to push the wave here? Noah's on the wrong side of the map.
He has no vision.
TPs. Noah, nice sidestep. Flash out.
Oh my God!
Blinking out!
Then behind them. Oh, they're recalling the bush. They're recalling the
Jun's
bush.
gonna try to body block. Noah needs to run. Oh, that's one dead bird. All right, little fried chicken here on the bottom side. Down a ton of damage. They're not quite able to finish the kill initially, but we've got another play on top side. Point and click CC, baby. Gold card doing nothing. Duo on the top side of the map taking over. Kiaya wanted the counter matchup, but he did not bargain for the 2v1. Another knockup coming in. Humanoid with a severing bolt, a bit extra CC. Lightning crash coming in for Easy Love, but it's a little too late. Now dashing over the wall. Extra fast here. Not any parkour left. Humanoid, can he connect? Yeah, that's the Spiraling Despair. Goodbye, Easy Love. There's nowhere left to run. Human looking for the setup on the roots, but not going to pull the trigger. Rumble Ultimate, obviously a very powerful damage output tool, but reliable CC doesn't exist in the bottom lane. They pull the trigger. Easy Love, Lightning Crash, barely alive. Noah burning, ticking. Starting to fall down. Elio going to back away, overheating, but meanwhile in the mid lane, Razor going to try to fish, going to try to follow up the kill. Severing Bolt, I don't think he even needs the range. Humanoid doesn't have the follow-up. Nice knockback from Emo, but Red Buff again in top lane, now here in mid, finishing the job for Fnatic.
Razor's going to go on hunt for the tree, but Kiaya's on the way as well. He might have bitten off more he can chew here. Where are you going? What's the plan?
All right. Was trying. And again, credit to Oscar with support of Bradsworth weathering the early game storm of this TF, now in a very comfortable position. That was the counterpunch.
Yes, you will get Void Grubs, which means you'll tick over to 6 here for GAM, which is nice when a lot of your plan is to split push, but if you're already this far behind, and it's only getting worse.
Humanoid flashback to make sure he can't get knocked into the tower. Good follow-up damage here. Razork now ulting though, might just get burned down, and the trade is going to be a 1-for-1 thus far. Ulti probably going to connect on the back end of that fight, but now here comes the ult for Oscar. Knockup not going to connect, but does just dash into range against Kiaya. One more auto, the gold card. You got to get it out of there, Twisted Fate. On the way back in, Maokai not going to twist it, advance forward, instead focusing on the pressure. Blinking health bars mean that the dive won't come through, instead just about resetting the wave there.
The thing is though, you've already got a ton of plates on bot side taken. Fnatic now take a ton of plates mid as well. This TF isn't really in a position to carry his Easy Love.
Not going to connect with the ulti, will pull back clean. Humanoid. Barely any mana left.
The map side so heavily in their favor. I don't think you even need Rift Herald to start to threaten a lot of these tier 1s.
I mean, realistically, any 2 members of Fnatic can pick off all the time. Get another pullback going to come through. Ma from Humanoid. Followed from Razork, though. One very vulnerable Rumble. Not a whole lot left. And disengage all now coming in from Levy off to the side, but maybe they want to get the fight started. Razork getting lower and lower. One more TP coming in. It's going to be matched. Jun now trying to turn the fight, stopping the TF from getting any CC down. Emo getting out to safety. Jun now forced to back away, but here comes Oscar. Humanoid untouched on the backside, continuing to lay down damage, but the satchel charge is popping, and it's Easy Love's time to shine. But 2 pieces of CC instantly coming in. Still the Zeri stands. Easy Love living for far too long, but Humanoid and Fnatic, they've got the money to make it work. That said, Fnatic only want to continue to extend that lead. First tower going to get knocked down. Oscar about to charge the Herald into the second. Ulti comes in from Maokai alongside the Rumble ulti, connected together. Easy Love goes over the wall, but he's now walking away from the rest of his team. And again, the Severing Bolt from a mile away, ensuring there is nowhere safe for the Zeri to play. Easy Love picked off. Likely this next charge won't hit, but Judd more than happy.
Please. And Fnatic get themselves a second dragon, but at this stage, I really don't think the dragons are going to defeat the
vision with the Scryer's Bloom. Rob, I think they're in a tricky position here because they have a lead, but there's no Baron to guarantee towers. The good news is that's one beefy Ornn
How beefy though. Kraken
How
Slayer
beefy
auto.
Legends battle. Football referee versus God of the Forge. Football referee wins. Football referee coming in big on the bottom side, firing to spare. Nice Rumble equalizer across the top. Humanoid has the luxury item. He has the arm guard, but it's not enough to keep him standing. Suddenly,
Humanoid not going to have a great time against Emo in the extended side lane either, so you do have to be careful there as Fnatic.
sideline threat is massive, right? Fnatic don't really have a yes. Tier 2 here should fall pretty quickly. Emo can't do a lot to stop this. The rest of GAM on the top side. Humanoid knows. They all know. The AoE here, the potential for Fnatic to
Kraken Slayer though.
They're just shredding through it. GAM are about to get the first pair to the game. Guaranteed. The question is it enough for Fnatic to clean up? Play better together.
There's his third item as well. That could be the big win con here. Last Whisper definitely going to be needed though.
Catch though is going to be big here. A lot of cooldowns burning the Levi. Going to dodge the bolt, but the knockback.
What you're seeing for Kiaya now, if he can shove in this wave to the tier
Knock up on the Levi. They know he's got no flash. There's no real follow-up here. He's all on his lonesome. Rumble already on the way out, and yet another pick onto the Maokai. Good heads-up play from
comes these fights, and no one's really going to be able to kill him.
What we saw on the top lane 1v1 a while ago here is yet again Razork committed to finding these picks. The Q flash to secure it. Yeah, spotted out now. Is going to need to start running. Likely doesn't have enough time to get his ulti off. Can go for the gold card. The Crushing Maw already came through. Yet another pick. Kiaya wants to tear through Humanoid, but the Seraph shield is there.
And all we're looking at is bot side to see what Emo can get in return.
Emo just keep walking away from the Ornn. I don't think there's anything else to be got here, but Razork just wants to continue to play for picks. Knowing if they take Emo out, the Baron is still relatively easy. Flashback from Emo. Ulti there. Chain CC flawless. Knockback from Emo. Stops off scoring it for a second, but it's Razork again.
You can do here is GAM. You have no flash, you have no way into the pit.
5K, it's getting lower. It would take a miracle to steal this one. Razork not going to let it happen. TP in. Extended fight. Fnatic just continuing to chase.
They're just trying to look juicy, give their space.
Knockback. Good damage onto Kiaya. Just going to get teared through. It's like Razork versus the world right now. The rest of Fnatic playing for the objective as well, but it's just the Spy almost single-handedly shutting down GAM. Levi going to get away from the grasping Maw. Just going to be a slow death here for the Maokai. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, already the pressure forward coming in from Noah and Jun. Yes, there is an effort on the top side of the map from Emo to push back to get a tier 2 for himself. He's likely to grab it, but it's probably going to cost him the inhibitor line. No ulti for the Rumble. Not a whole lot else to speak of. So Fnatic, scrappy exchange overall, but likely this is where they end it.
Yeah, Fnatic should be able to, it's not even the fact that you're going to be able to close it with just this push, but it's creating that pressure onto the bottom side of the map. Makes it so easy now to look towards mid, start to threat.
Fnatic are simply too far ahead.
Yeah, I think it was the lack of early vision for GAM just gave so much control to Fnatic. Razork was able to get in position multiple times. Humanoid had some great roams, and now they're bearing the brunt of it. Dragon Soul, Baron buff, with the way that's very far ahead and just looking to take pop shots.
Just look how far back Humanoid's playing. He does not need to risk anything. He can just throw out ulti, he can just throw out QW. Assuming they do, as they saw TF on bottom side, can start to get aggressive here in the mid lane.
Yeah, at this stage they can just dive the tower. Essentially they're just waiting for the wave.
Rumble ulti.
There you go.
They're trying to kill the wave, but they're too strong. Fnatic, Noah at 4 items. Fnatic very likely to just know they have a man advantage. Emo currently backing. Forge God called. Flash comes out from Elio, and he's immediately going to get locked up. Another Q flash from Razork. Does not hesitate to try and find his man. Gold card on the backside of Kiaya will lock up Razork for a brief moment, but they're just getting torn down. The 3 carries left standing, but all of the front line is dead. GAM. Long, slow end here coming in from Fnatic. Noah trying to style on Easy Love. The last man standing, and there the feathers pulling back will be a triple for Noah. Fnatic taking game 1 in the series.
Fnatic looking very confident
Here and there with the true damage, but yeah.
The only problem that I see is that trying to kill Razork is going to be a pain. You have a lot of people that want to play at range. Cassante is the only one that can really get in there. So if Razork starts to get ahead, which kind of has opportunities to...
Garzeri does. They don't push very fast.
They don't do a ton of tower damage, as now Oscar, a quick gank into the mid lane. I take it back, he might not be good in the lane swap, but an early gold card. Gonna at least force Emo away. He's ticking down. One more auto or an extra.
He did place that ward.
Oh,
Okay,
he's going back. And now it's time for the redive. Knock up there. He's unstoppable again. He just needs to find 1 kill back. Jun now tanking the tower. One more shot. Jun, the heal has to come out. Kiaya still alive for an extra second, but Noah.
And his GAM is going to reset. Look to move into this bottom side. Oh, it's not actually Oscar. Sorry, it's Noah's gone top plus. Elio, a little bit behind on the reset.
And honestly, disrupting that recall is big for tempo in favor of Fnatic. Remember, 5 minutes, the topside tower plating falls away, and Emo getting a face full of rocks.
Into a position now because look at where the Tristan is in mid lane. Emo shoving in this wave, but Mayo might get caught.
Oh, He W'd in. He does not have the cooldown available yet. He flashed previously, and it's an easy pick-off for Fnatic.
Is great for them. And even Oscar on this bottom side doing work now into this matchup against Kiaya. You'll get to collect the wave on top side as GAM trying to deny Noah and Jun access to that.
Yeah, pretty ruthless replay on the picture-in-picture of that mid lane play. Looked like Emo jumping forward to just get autos down on Humanoid, potentially to stop the Weaver's Wall from rotating him into Herald as Levi caught out a bit here. Again, the brand damage is tough to deal with. Set up for Viger, extra movement speed. Emo once again going over the wall, then caught out Humanoid. Huge shutdown.
Fnatic going to try and put GAM behind as much as possible here.
Oscar trying to get back onto this tower. Has Razork to cover for him. That is one squishy Vigar. Razork flashing over the wall to get the damage down. Full confidence, and now Levi's in trouble with a fireball. It's bouncing back and forth. Easy Love, he got a bit extra kill gold early on. If he can get the red buff, he might be able to turn this back onto Oscar. Gold card coming in. The cleanse isn't good. He was already knocked up. He desperately wants this kill, but the Ultra Shock Laser whiffs.
And
disaster!
And on the top side, Kiaya goes down as well. The dive successful from Fnatic. Fnatic pick up wins entirely across the board, but now Emo hovering for vision.
Should just grab the kill here. Kill back onto Oscar, try to make it an even trade outside of the kill that happened on the top side. Gold card, walks back, he doesn't know the brush is warded. Flash forward, feel fantastic right now. 4-1 for Humanoid. Game 1, he got off to a swift start. He's getting off even faster this time around. Emo, knockback, gets one shot under the tower. Here comes the Viger, point and click!
Outplayed!
Tiny master of evil, baby! Can't be stopped. All right, Oscar in, now trying to back away. See where the Seer goes. Ooh, waits on the Seer. Ulti just gonna bounce into the wave, however, not a lot left to grab.
That's like 3 waves though that now has been lost to Oscar in on this top side though. He was initially denied access as Kiaya was taking the turret, so actually a bit of a sizable win now for Kiaya. He got about a 400 gold for himself in the matchup, and now opening up a bit of an experience lead for himself as well. Don't know if he'll be able to get the tower fully with the TP coming through.
Gold card locks up, unstoppable from Kiaya. Will start to walk away, gets on the other side of the wall. Vigar, baby cage. Stopping anything else, but this is a questionable TP. Emo, he missed the memo. The play ended 3 seconds ago, but that TP could not cancel it.
That was a bit of a whoopsie there from Emo, going that little bit too far forward, and now it's Fnatic who have numbers advantage on this top side. Razork finds Levi.
Just fully go in, knowing there's no cage available. Flash over from Levi. Manages to make it over the wall, but he has to walk back into Fnatic if he wants to escape this one. No flash. That means one very dead brand, but Fnatic just want to keep going. Oscar zooming towards the Vigar, but will not walk in the gold card.
Yeah.
And this is Fnatic in a nutshell. Once the blood starts flowing, it never stops. Oscar, quick gold card. A few more rocks to come out, waiting for the wave. Jun can just flash W, but I don't think they're going to commit anything more than they need to. Humanoid grabbing another kill. It's a Talia montage as Noah wants to go for the 1v1 versus Easy Love. Whiffs the chains a little bit. Easy Love, lightning crash a bit late, and Noah on a killing.
They have invested a lot of people onto the bottom side though, so I think if Fnatic want to, they can still contest any sort of Rift Trail play on this top half of the map. And with Noah heavily contesting in mid, oh, hang on, Humanoid.
Humanoid going up. Pull back of Kiaya. Knockback to get away from the Unraveled Earth. Now Humanoid is running away. Yeah, the late lightning crash doesn't feel good either. If you're going to use it, you got to use it immediately. Regardless, works out very well. Well played by Noah. Later, and there's actually follow-up damage, but for now, Noah just throws down an emote, which I think reflects the exact situation of this game. And Humanoid sidestepping every relevant skill as Jun comes in from over the wall, but this cage, the flash out, Kiaya off to the side, shut down onto Humanoid, should just come through, but now Kiaya wants to keep the fight going instantly onto Noah there. Feathers are going to fly, now backing away, Emo overstaying, Razor turns right back onto the squishy Vigar. Oscar Renan looks to get one more for himself. GAM, they thought they could turn the play back against Fnatic, but Fnatic too good, too clean in the execution, too far ahead. And it's still going. Gaia, all out's gonna fade away, and nothing left for Cassante to do. But dive very slow. Coming in from GAM, coming in from Emo. He knows his job. He's just gonna split push on side. There is no thing they can do to contest this Drake.
I mean, rapid fire and the cleanse being dead.
Should just be able to crash this one.
Oh no, Emo.
They aren't gonna mount up. Emo now running. He's gonna die. And sadly, this has been a run.
And look, it looked decent when it got to the mid-game point from GAM in the last game, but you can kind of see that Fnatic, they're like, look, we're just going to look for the reset instead.
All shock laser, Razork and Humanoid zooming their way through the river. In this beef, the Fnatic GAM beef, Fnatic are winning. Oscar gonna step forward with the gold card. Zoning tool down for the Vigar, the cage gone. Nice damage from the Brand though. This is the potential threat, but the feathers are flying. All of GAM are flashing out. Fnatic are walking away empty-handed thus far. Easy Love with an Ultra Shock laser. Aldi comes in from the Zen to stop any potential follow-up kills. They're trying to take down Noah. Clean CC combo to finish off the 80 carry. Fnatic again, we saw it last game. We're seeing it here, potentially a misstep. Oscar ghosting forward, has the gold card in the emo. Input buffer takes him out to safety. Kiaya off to the side. Nice baby cage to lock up Jun, but Kiaya now going to be the one in trouble. Pull back takes Jun all the way through. Jun goes down. Kiaya still standing. Goes back into Oscar in the side fight, but Oscar comes out on top. Meanwhile, oh, it's just the Vigar left and Hilly or Human.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Wow, wait. Has he ever played a raid? The answer is maybe, but he's running away from the Baron.
Wait.
Oscar. All right.
Easy. Far behind. Just doesn't have what he needs to beat down Humanoid and Razork as they win on the opposite side. Just seeing the picture-in-picture. Dragon goes down, and so does Emo once more.
And I mean, the Humanoid and Razork duo across this entire series, everyone on Fnatic has had highlight moments, but those two playing incredibly well. Another pick. Delio, Levi. Good damage onto Humanoid. With the shield. Oh. The burn from the Brand. The burn. Leandries. Well, this is just a little goofy, isn't it? Fnatic's gold lead has only gotten bigger, though. As hype as this has all been, the replays, there are fights, there's some kills getting traded back and forth. Fnatic are now 10k ahead with 3 Drakes. But it's Hex Tech.
But this is what I've always loved about the VCS, is that they never go down without a fight. They will keep swinging every single step of the way. And look, they're finding some things back, but unfortunately Fnatic, they're about to crack up the base. Maybe Easy Love Skull as well.
Dash forward, wind becomes lightning. Grim reference from Dagda. As the skull is indeed cracked. All of GAM retreating. Shut down. Over to Emo. This man is getting so much money from shutdowns on Fnatic players. Maybe it'll be enough in the fights. Kiaya, I think the standout in this game has had some really solid moments on the Cassante. Pullback is there onto Noah. Feathers immediately going to fly, but now it's Kiaya who's gone a little bit too far. You do not win that 1v1 versus Razork, and now Humanoid TPing back in means that's going to be the end of the play, and Noah will grab the kill in the end.
I just don't think you have the items that you really need to right now as GAM to follow this one through. You're still waiting on the third item for Emo. When he's gotten a good bit of money, it's just not enough. And Fnatic now looking for this bot side. Humanoid catching Levi potentially.
Backstep. Razork, does he want to go into the tower? Humanoid.
Oh, he's dead.
Again is going to die. That's a caster curse. We praised him. He died twice consecutively. Or Humanoid's a little bit greedy.
And the other half of the jungle.
Razork. Is he going to get taken out as well? GAM live. That's the third shutdown. All right. Again.
Do you want numbers again? Do you want me to go through the numbers?
Every time we say Fnatic are favored, they do something like this. All right, Razork takes 0 damage. No one steps inside.
Then he takes damage,
The stoppy circle. Jun with the follow-up. Noah off to the side. He can't walk into 280 carries, though. Razork starting to burn. That's the Blaze passive coming in. Good damage going over the wall, but Easy Love gets flicked back. Lightning Crash doesn't hit on anybody, and now Noah can just start to tear through the fight. Feathers are flown, but the pullback is there. Noah's going to go down as well. Shutdown is big. Kiaya, the last man standing. One Cassante versus the world. Balance team have been generous to this champion, but it's not enough. Even here, Fnatic finally found their fight.
The gold lead is just too much. Fnatic, they will close out the series in 2-0 fashion. Fair play to GAM in trying to make it a tough fought fight for Fnatic, but there was just nothing they can do until this far behind.
The kills tell the story of the game. Fnatic just getting more at each and every turn. Love the GAM are willing to fight for it, but ultimately it's Fnatic moving on to the upper bracket match against the victor of today's
Make sure he can't get as ahead as he would have liked. And even then, I honestly thought GAM did a pretty good job in like mid to late trying to use Kiaya, trying to use that Twisted Fate to take turrets. He did still end up giving them a little bit of trouble. But I thought that early game approach from Fnatic was good, despite the fact that A, I think GAM should have drafted to lane swap and they didn't. And then B, it could have been a really nice lane swap angle for Fnatic if they had wanted to do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, depends what you define as mid-game, because I felt like GAM was still getting picked off. They were getting picked off a few times. Specifically, we were seeing Elio and his Rumble getting picked off on times on side lane. So Razork did a great job. I think the game really opened up the door in the HyperX Reflex replay when we go straight into it, because there was a team fight that went a little long, but it was Jun that I felt like was the champion of this fight, because he saw the Twisted Fate kind of walk in a little bit too far forward, pop straight on top of him. the team just end up jumping on the Twisted Fate and killing him. And then, of course, yes, sure, the Xayah goes down, but I actually thought what Jun did immediately afterwards alongside Vi and being able to just jump straight on top of Easy Love to make it really hard for him to play out this team fight was great. So I thought really split second decisions being made from Fnatic to win this team fight.
Yeah, and you want to have lockdown for Azeri, right? Because we know how slippery she can be. And also, Jun, we talked about more classic engage. Like, obviously, we brought up the Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
But his engage sense and timing is just so good. And Rakan is another champion that really allows him to flex.
Yeah, and this is what made Fnatic clutch, I feel like, since the beginning of the year, and especially in playoffs. For me, I feel like we see textbook Fnatic for the better and the worse. Because when it comes to mid-game, I still see the sloppiness that cost them some playoffs again when it comes to handling skirmishes. When they have information, for me, it's more of a lack of discipline here, Loraz, on the side of Fnatic.
It's so funny because for the fans that are out there, if you guys had a camera, what you guys are reacting during the game, you guys were living it.
It's the thing is because you can see these like really brilliant team fights or like really good strategies from them, right? And then you can see stuff like that tiny dip in there, right? That is actually when, so we had the play on top side where I thought it was really good from GAM. Kiaya gets the solo kill, then they make a play on bot side with the TF. That was really nice from GAM. And then the like 22-30 Baron where Fnatic have vision and they're still just like pushing bot side and they just give it up. And it's like when we talk about Fnatic going forward in this event and facing stronger teams, that is going to be a lot more punishing against a team that is not GAM.
Yeah, when you got your foot off the gas pedal there, because they had a pretty sizable lead, they looked like they were confident in the game where they were trying to play both sides of the map. And then, yeah, they were making mistakes. And it's really hard to discern, because this happened yesterday, too, for T1, where they were really sloppy by the end of it. It was like, okay, how much of this is disrespecting your opponent with the lead that you have, and how much of it is, like to the point that you made, kind of still those same habits being brought back from regional play? I think it's a bit of both.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's probably both. I also think, like, again, these are not things, I know Laura will back me up on this, these are not things that we are unused to seeing from Fnatic.
Yeah, sadly. And I love the approach that Fnatic had, though, here in Game 1. Let's see how they can check things up in Game 2. As GAM selected blue side, anything we want to see here on the side of GAM here, in terms of peak priorities, maybe, here, and how they want to utilize them?
You go first.
I mean, as much as I like that they were like, Kiaya's really good, we're going to go with the TF, we've got this, right? Like, this is our carry player. I don't disagree with that. I still think they have to swap to have a chance.
Yeah, I think I would like to see them go towards Kalista was banned from GAM side. Go for a Kalista, go for a strong bot lane. I actually thought they handled themselves in the lane quite well. There was actually a weird timing when the camera went back bot lane. I was like, oh, wait a minute. They're on the opposite side of the lane, both at like sub 10% HP. And then the jungler came in and cleaned up Noah. So I was like, okay, they're handling themselves quite well. You could actually probably give them a stronger lane to deal with.
I want to clarify one thing I said. I don't want them to swap with the TF.
Yep.
No.
Don't draft to swap.
I agree with that completely.
Fnatic backstage. What do you think would be the adjustments here? We saw Nightshare. He looked really relaxed talking to them. I think it's more about, as I said, being disciplined rather than gameplay issues themselves. I feel like Fnatic can keep on doing the things we saw in Game 1, but maybe cleaner. We'll see what they can bring here in Game 2. That's all for us here on the side of the desk. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for GAM Esports versus Fnatic Game 2. See you.